Pastor Tabitha, listen, I'd like to just extend a heartfelt Happy Father's Day to my father, Mr. John Charles Wooden, to every pastor, every coach, every man that's had a part in my person. I say to you, Happy Father's Day. God bless you. Enjoy this time. I'm Pastor Tabitha, and I'm so excited that you're here tonight to get ignited. And I am, I don't know what to say. I can't find the adjective to describe how excited I am to have my good longtime friend, Cynthia Smith-Sneed. Yes. God bless you, lady. Good to see you today.
Pastor Tab, so glad to see you.
Hey, listen, I'm glad to get you here. Listen, catch us up, because you've been doing a whole lot of things. I know that you are a playwright. Something that's something that has come up in the last 21 years. We'll talk a little bit about that. Right. But playwright, I know you have about 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 CDs out. I know you're a gospel recording artist.
Yes.
I know that you are a loving mother. You have 3 wonderful children. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm doing good.
You do.
I know you got. Now I don't know how many grandchildren, because that has grown. But I do know that your mother, your wife. I do know that you are a minister of the gospel, and I know that you are. Sometimes are you on-air personality?
I am. The Lord has allowed me to become an announcer with 90.9 KTSU The Choice.
Amen. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yes.
So your voice, your face is everywhere.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
Yes.
And thank God for gracing Ignite to have you here to talk with us today.
Amen.
So now tell me a little bit about this last play that you put together.
The play that I wrote, I just want to thank you for allowing me to be here. The play that I wrote was called Love Zone, and it's about my life. It's a true story. And it's about the things that I've went through down through the years and finding out that I was adopted.
Oh, wow.
And all of that came out in the play, because a lot of times people find out they're adopted and they're angry, they're mad, they don't understand why would somebody give me away, or they look for the person that gave them away and want to hurt them, or whatever the case may be. But I was told in such a loving way by my adopted grandmother, and I hate to say adopted because they were my parents.
They were your parents, right?
And, on my birth certificates, my biological father and mother are not anywhere on there because I was legally adopted.
Okay.
But they told me in such a way that it just made me excited to whenever I would meet them, I would love them.
Oh, wow.
And so in the production of the play, I did all of that. I had three me's. I had the young Cynthia, the teenage Cynthia, and the adult Cynthia.
When I talk to us real quick, that young Cynthia, what is she like?
Well, the young Cynthia was when she was told about being adopted.
Okay.
She was the only child, and she was very loving, and she loved her parents because she was the only child, so she was raised around adults all the time.
Okay, so that's young Cynthia who loves her parents, the only child, and then talk to me about the next Cynthia.
Well, the teenage Cynthia was with friends and stuff, and she saw a lot of young people dying, and it began to bother her. And as it began to bother her, she began to talk about it, how the voice spoke to her at a funeral, saying, don't worry about his soul, but think about your soul, her voice. And from that, God put people in my life to talk to me with those very same words. And, you know, with that, the Lord saved me at a very young age.
Oh, wow. Thank God for that. So we have the young Cynthia, then we have that teenage Cynthia, and then what's the last Cynthia?
The adult Cynthia is the one that God, like Moses, I allowed myself to Moses, the way that God, you know, allowed him to be given away so that he could be raised, to be nurtured by his same mother, to be taught about his people, the Hebrews.
Oh, wow.
So with that, with me being an older Cynthia, I'm learning more about God.
Oh, wow.
And by learning more about God, I've been able to minister and witness to people and see lives change and point them to Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's what the adult Cynthia is about.
All right. Well, that's great. Now, listen, this particular show, we really want to talk about fathers. And so before we talk some about your natural father, I want to give a shout out, can we do so, to all of the parents, all of the adoptive, all of the fathers who adopt children.
Yes.
Because they make possible family in a way that possibly wouldn't be possible for children. And so we want to just applaud tonight adoptive parents, adoptive fathers. We salute you tonight and say, God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about your adoptive father.
Oh, my God.
About your father, because we know he was your father.
My dad was amazing. He was a longshoreman. I was raised in San Francisco, California.
Okay.
He was a longshoreman, and he also was in the Navy.
Okay.
And my dad looked just like Jim Brown. He was tall, everything. And he loved me. And he was just, I mean, when he would come home, I would be ready to just see him all the time. And he would just do many things for me. And the thing about what I learned, that when you're adopted, Pastor Tab, you're chosen, you're wanted.
Come on.
You're wanted.
Come on. Encourage somebody that may be watching right there that has the idea, that's living that lie that I wasn't wanted, that's having to struggle with those feelings of being misplaced possibly.
Yes.
But you just said something key. Let's help the person that's looking right now. If you have learned or know that you are adopted, let's defeat the enemy right now.
Right now, in the name of Jesus.
Let's encourage that person. What did you say? You said when you are adopted, you are
chosen. You are wanted. When that happened to me, my mother, I understand, tried to give me away to many people before I even came out the womb.
Okay.
She was saying, "Do you want this baby?
Oh, wow.
You want this baby?" You know, but it's okay. I know my mother to this day, she's still alive. But I want to tell you something. Regardless to how you were giving up, even if you're living with your real mother, your real father, but adopted people, if you had been adopted, love them. Don't be angry. Don't worry so much about where you come from. It is a void there, but let God fill the void first, and then God will bring everything together for you. Because if you go to looking for it, guess what? You're gonna get this disgruntled. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be angry because nothing is hitting the way you want it to.
Right.
But if you sit back, let God take control of you first, then guess what? He will bring everything to the forefront for you.
There it is. And listen, one more time, I like to teach purpose. And one of the things we can't teach purpose, we cannot omit from purpose is understanding that every person is here on purpose.
That's right.
So it's not by accident, it's not by coincidence, and whatever your experience may have been, let us settle the fact tonight that God planned for you to be here.
That's
and thank God for somebody choosing to make sure that you were part of their family. Hey, we love you. We'll be right back. Don't you miss it.
Today's show was brought to you by Tabatha C. Witten Ministries. And Flow Media and Marketing.
We're right back here with my good friend, longtime friend. We've done everything together.
Yes, we have, I tell you.
Cynthia Smith-Sneed.
Yes.
And I am excited about having you here. And you have shared some incredible information today. I think that it's really interesting how we can be as close as we are, have worked as much as we have together, and still not know one another's story.
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes. You know, the reason why, because I feel like I'd have too much explaining to do, or why and who I come from, you know. And it's like sometimes, you know, it's just good to let it come up on its own timing.
That's right.
Because like I say, you know, when you called me and you said, "Well, Cynthia, you know, how do you and your father get along?" It just blew my mind.
Wow.
Because I knew you didn't know.
No.
And then with me, you know, finding my dad last year at the end of November.
Wow.
And then you asked me that, it's just amazing.
So it wasn't the decision of your adoptive mom to tell you?
It was my grandmother, because she felt like I should know.
Okay.
She told my mom, and I remember sitting there looking at them. They were arguing.
Okay.
And Nana told her, "You might go back to Texas, Doris." She said, "That girl from Houston, and you never know who may come up to her." I'm sitting there looking at them.
Wow.
But baby, when we did come back to Houston, that stayed with me.
Okay. So she tells you that you are adopted. And then, well, what she says, I love that, that you have two mothers.
Yes, that's what she said.
Love that you have two mothers. And then she gives you a name. She tells you your father's name.
No, my real mom. Girl, it's amazing what Google will do.
Oh, Google will mess you up. Google ain't nothing private anymore.
Oh my God, it's
oh my
not.
Goodness.
I put his name in. Everything came up.
Well, let's stop right there. I take opportunity of the moment. Let's take the advantage of the opportunity that's set. You said that you didn't know who your father was, but you knew a name.
I knew her name.
And because you knew the name put you on a search. Because I'm really trying to help us now, because there are many of us who are lost in our identity, and we don't know a lot about who we really are.
And they can be from their real people
Come on,
be lost in our identity.
Come on. But now let's turn this thing. Let's turn this thing. Now. Because you cannot know who you are spiritually.
Right.
But you know your daddy's name.
Yes.
And so what we want to do is put you on, come on. What we want to do is put you on the same search. I want to speak to you today.
Jesus.
I want to put you on the same search that my sister Cynthia went on. She didn't just get the name and say, okay, well, I know my daddy's name. No, she began to seek out information to know more about him so that she could find him. We're gonna cut this short right here, but before we leave, I want to tell you tonight that your daddy is Jesus.
Yes, he is.
Your daddy's name is Jesus, and he has left record for you to make sure that you can find out what you need to find out about him, because it is his intent for you to find him. We got to go. We'll be right back. Don't you move. I got a feeling you about to get ignited.
Hallelujah.
Stay tuned.
Today's show was brought to you by Tabatha C. Witten Ministries. And Flow Media and Marketing.
We're back here with my dear friend Cynthia Smith-Snee.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about this opportunity that we have to just talk fathers, to really talk about how Daddy is always there, and really want to make sure that we salute adoptive fathers, because they deserve a salute, and we want to applaud their position that they take in the lives of those children. Absolutely. We want to catch us up real quick. You were adopted, found out your father's name, went on a search and found your dad.
Found my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, so you find your dad, and how does that? How is that? I mean, are you excited to meet him? Are you nervous to meet him? How does that happen?
Girl, I mean, he called me. That's it's a long story there, but I'm gonna go right here. He called me one Saturday morning after getting my number. And I got the number to him, and he called me on a Saturday morning. I was getting ready to go somewhere. And I answered the phone. I didn't know the number. And he said, hello, may I speak to Cynthia? And I said, this is she. And he said, this is Wilbur. And I start hollering. My husband come running down the hall. What's wrong? I say, it's Wilbur. I think he's called me daddy, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy. So we, got over that, and I talked to him over the phone. And he asked me, could I come over that same day?
Oh, wow.
Never ever laid eyes on him in life.
Wow.
First time ever seeing him.
Oh, wow. And you are an adult?
No, I'm an adult.
Okay.
I'm 56. That was 50 before my 56th birthday. It was
okay,
November.
So this is not long ago.
No, it's not even a year yet.
Okay.
So I went over there. We stood, when he opened the door, I stood and looked. He looked at me. We stood there maybe a good 30, 40 seconds before I even came in the house. And we came in, and I hugged him, and I was nervous. I was shaking. My butterfly, I had and I'm normally not that type of person. But I was like, I didn't really know what to expect. Even though he called me.
Right.
He could have called me and told me never call him again, never come over. You don't
be trying to find me.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But no, it was very, and I have to give a shout out to Miss Mamie, his wife, a beautiful woman.
Good.
Acceptive of me. Good. Very kind-hearted, and I thank God for her.
That's great.
Straight up.
That's great.
And but she wasn't there, and when I talked with her, she said, I figured you need time.
Oh, that's
to
great.
meet with your dad. You've never seen him before.
Right.
And that's another thing of that I want to say. A lot of people don't know what other people are going to think. But people that have common sense and they really have the Lord in their heart will know it's not a child's fault about anything, how we get here.
So now you've known him for about a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. And in the time frame that you've known your dad, what's the thing that you love most about him?
I love that he's happy.
Oh, wow.
He's a happy person.
Okay.
I love it that he's him. He how can I say? He don't put on facade of who he is.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say to my father, the first Father's Day ever, I will be with him on Father's Day.
That's great.
And I just want to say that I love you. I always have loved you before I ever laid eyes on you. And I've told you that. And I wish that you would live another 83 years and more.
Today's show was brought to you by Tabatha C. Witten Ministries. And Flow Media and Marketing.
I'm Pastor Tabatha. I'm so excited to be here again with another wonderful daughter that's saluting her father, Miss Rella Fuller, here to salute her father. And so today we want to just continue on igniting that saluting power in the earth realm. Salute your daddy, salute your father, salute the man who's responsible for you being the person that you are today. That's what this time is all about. It's just saying, hey, daddy, hey, uncle, hey, pastor, I want you to know I appreciate you and I thank you. I think Father's Day is a great day and we don't make enough fluff about Father's Day, but that's not our testimony here at Ignite. So my sister Rella Fuller is here to salute her father. So what I want you to do is just look there and salute your father.
Hi, Dad. Thanks for all you've done, all you've been in my life, and I do appreciate you, and I love you more than words can say. Thank you.
Okay, now what's your father's name?
Roosevelt Jones.
Mr. Roosevelt Jones. As we are talking about fathers, I think it's important to keep those fathers' memories fresh. So one of the things I'd like to ask with individuals that I have an opportunity to sit with is, what is your favorite father moment?
My favorite father moment would be when I was 10 years old, being the only girl and the baby.
Okay.
He would never whoop me. So one time I messed up. I knew I had messed up.
Okay.
My mom told him to whoop me. He went and found a rat tail comb. It popped me twice, and I thought my world was over.
So now tell me a little bit about what makes your father special to you.
My father's always been a go-getter, and it taught me to look into that type of man in life. Like, he can rub 2 pennies and he's gonna make a way.
Oh, wow.
It rain, shine, sleet, or snow, he's gonna make a way.
Okay.
And gets upset if he can't go to make this way.
Oh, wow. So you said that your father really influenced the choice of man. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. So now, do you have a daddy husband?
Yes, he's a stepfather, actually.
Okay. Okay.
He does not have any kids, but he's the father to my 2 daughters.
Okay, well, why don't we just applaud your husband for Father's Day, because I believe it's important not just for dads to be saluted, but I believe also stepfathers. We've been saluting stepfathers, so why don't you take the opportunity? This is going to be great for you to salute your husband for Father's Day.
Okay. Hi, Robert Fuller. I want to say thank you for being the father that you are to our girls. Thank you for being the husband, and thank you for stepping in and stepping up. I appreciate it. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, that's so special. Now, listen, let's talk a little bit more about your father. Your father, did you spend a lot of time with him as a young girl? Because sometimes people say that dads and daughters have strange relationships because they can't relate one to another. Is that the truth with you and your dad?
Not really. It was more so my parents separated when I was 12.
Wow.
And I kept in touch with my dad all the way, even now.
Okay.
So I found a way to get there. It was times I got in trouble. I jumped on a metro bus to go where he was. Didn't know what I was doing, but I did it.
Okay.
And we found each other.
Okay. So you're saying that just because your parents were separated, it didn't cause you and your father to be separated.
Right.
I think that's a great message for us to just say to some parent or some individual that your parents didn't necessarily stay together. I think it's important for us to say that just because mama and daddy don't make it doesn't mean that daddy and daughter can't make it. So call your daddy. Call your daddy. Okay, so here we are. We're saying to you, Daddy, don't be estranged from your daughter, from your son, because things are not going well with you and your wife, or you and your ex-wife. Daddy's children need their fathers. And would you say that the one thing that means most, the thing that your dad taught you most, that you'll remember for the rest of your life, would be what?
To always work for what you want. Don't wait for anybody to hand you anything.
Oh, that's a good daddy lesson. Okay, so we know Miss Rella Fuller is going to work until she can't work anymore because her father taught her a very valuable lesson. Listen, this is not just tonight. It's not just here to talk about Rella and her father, but tonight is the night to get you on track to talking about you and your father, for you to begin to remember that the Lord used a man to get you in the earth realm, and for you to take the time to go back and just say something kind to the man that the Lord has allowed in your life. Listen, tell your daddy you love him. Tomorrow may be too late, but you got right now. Hey, that's how we do it right here on Ignite with Tabatha. You stay right where you are.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rella Fuller. I wanted to salute my father, Roosevelt Jones, and my husband, Robert Fuller. And I want to say thank you to both of you and happy Father's Day.
Today's show was brought to you by Tabatha C. Witten Ministries. And Flow Media and Marketing.
Dad, Mr. Luis Menendez, you've been on this planet for 7 scores and then some, like you said before. All the things you taught me from 13 years old as a longshoreman, trying to move that big sack, letting me know that this hard work, 18 hours a day, you wanted me to work with my mind, not with my hands. I appreciate all you've done. I appreciate all that I see from you, not just what you say, but what you do. Your behavior models what you say, and it speaks more to kids than just the words. I salute you for your marriage, for your commitment to your family, as a provider, and all you do for society. Dad, happy Father's Day. Love you.
Leroy Compton Jr., and I'm saluting my father, Leroy Compton Sr.
And what would you like to say to your father?
Well, I love you, Pops. You've been around me for 50 years, and you did everything for us when we was kids, and I'm just saluting you.
One more time, just tell us your name.
Raymond Peterson.
Now, Mr. Raymond Peterson has a special Father's Day salute, and we're going to permit you to do that.
You know, my father died in '88, so it took a hard toll on me. But, he did the best that he could to raise me and make me the person I am today. And I thank him for that. And, it's a whole lot of cats out here right now that don't have a father in their life to give them that path or steer them in the right direction. And I'm grateful that he did that to me before he passed away. And I love him to death. Even though he's dead and gone, we still have a conversation. And it's like he's still right there with me to this day. And to those that don't have a father, hey, talk to the man upstairs. That's the best father that it is right now. Because right now, he helps us every day. Every day when we think that ain't nobody there, God is right there with you.
This brother's talking good. He's saying that don't ever worry about being fatherless, because you always have a father. Maybe not an earthly representative, but you always have a heavenly representative. So, Mr. Raymond, we want to make sure that your father, in memory of your father, what's your father's name?
Raymond Peterson.
Mr. Raymond Peterson, you are loved, you are remembered, and God bless you for your contribution to the earth realm.
Hello, my name is Pamela Brown. I'd like to salute my daddy, Richard Kenton, for him to have an awesome Father's Day. I couldn't ask for a better dad. He supported 4 of us children, and He still works hard every day to make sure that everybody's comfortable, and I just couldn't never ask for anything better. We may not always see eye to eye, but I love you, Daddy, and you mean a lot to me.
My name is Zandra Frederick, and I want to say a happy Father's Day to my husband, Marcus Frederick. He's a great husband and a great father. Happy Father's Day, Marcus.
I just want to tell him thanks for always being there for me and my siblings, and we appreciate you.
Hi, my name is Ava Keaton, and I'd like to wish a happy Father's Day to all of the fathers, especially the fathers in Houston, Texas, and just really all over the world. And a big shout out to my dad that's resting in heaven, whom I wish was here, that I could tell him happy Father's Day too. Happy Father's Day to you, R.J. Keaton. God bless you.
My name is Darius Thomas, and my daddy's name is Darren Jefferson. I just wanted to tell my dad that I love him, and I hope he has a good Father's Day. And I also know that most of the time on the pictures I seen that he loves me very much. And I would just want to know if he ever comes back, I'm going to run up to him and hug him real hard. And I'm just going to say this. I just hope my dad visits this church, because this church have shown me wonderful times, and I'm sure it's going to show him some good times. And the best thing about my father is that he loves me.